What is Roblox? Roblox is an online gaming platform that if you have kids, even young kids, even teenagers, they will know what this gaming platform is. Today, we're talking about Roblox, the online gaming platform, and the Schlepp controversy, and how parents and teenagers can biblically navigate the risks of online predators that are on the Roblox gaming platform. If you have teenagers, this is definitely interesting for you. Please invite them to come into the room to watch this episode with you. We have to talk about this. All that and more on this episode of Firm Foundation. Let's get into it.
How firm a foundation, ye saints of the Lord, is laid for your faith in this excellent word. What more can he say than to you he has said, to you who for refuge to Jesus has fled?
Welcome to this episode of Firm Foundation Podcast. My name is Richard Moore. In this podcast, I talk about everything that's moving me in relation to church and theology, hopefully to help build with you a firm foundation in Jesus Christ. That's right, folks. We are building our firm foundation together on the Word of God, Christ, the Lord Jesus Christ, being our cornerstone. And so that's it today, folks. I wanted to build with you a firm foundation and help you navigate a controversy that has arisen in the Roblox online gaming platform. And so we're going to jump over there to my desktop. I'm going to try to get through this today. It's a lot of material, but I hope and pray it will be very, very beneficial to you as a family. That's right. If you have teenagers, again, please invite them into the room. They know about this. I promise you, if you have a teenager in your house, they at least know about this, and they probably game on the online gaming platform called Roblox. So go invite them. Hey, come on in here. Let's watch this together, and we will try to give you some tools as a family to be able to communicate with each other, to be able to help each other, help your kids, and your kids also help you to be able to understand what is going on. So Roblox is an online gaming platform. Let me jump over here to my desktop now, and we will show you what it is. I have Roblox installed on my computer. It is an online gaming platform. This is the app for it. You can go download it, but I just didn't want to log in to show you. I think I would probably expose some personal info or something like that if I happen to log in, and or my son's account. So I didn't want to log in to any of our accounts to be able to show it to you, but just when you get to Roblox and before you log in, this is the screen you see. And then once you log in, you do see the games that you have been playing, or the games that you are interested in, or the last played, and then you can jump back in. But there are hundreds of thousands of games. I'm not exactly sure how many games are on the platform Roblox, but it is just a platform for creators to create games. So I didn't want to log in, but this is the game Roblox. Now let's jump over here to show you where we're going today. We're going to explain what Roblox is, give a little introductory explanation, and your children will be like, oh, come on, but please watch with. And then I'm going to explain the Schlepp controversy. Schlep is a Roblox player, and now he is a YouTube personality who has talked about Roblox and the that are on the platform. I hope that this video doesn't get algorithmed or demonetized or any of that nature, or dampened, so that you can see this, so that parents can see this, because I see a lot of material out there now on this controversy, what's happened with Schlep, but not a lot for parents. So I've made this video. I'm trying to make this video particularly for Christian parents in mind, but as well for parents of kids who have not heard about this and are trying to figure out what's going on. I'm hoping to give a parental perspective. My son is 13, and so I have teenagers in my home, and I'm trying to give a parental perspective and a biblical perspective so that to help you navigate what has happened. All right. All that said, we're going to jump over here. I'm going to explain what Roblox is with a quick explanatory video. We're going to talk about Schlep, the YouTube creator who has been, what am I going to say? He has been canceled by Roblox. They have given him punitive cease and desist letters for him trying to catch on the Roblox platform. And then I'm going to go over to another, cover all the materials that Roblox has been sued by the state of Louisiana, the Attorney General of the state of Louisiana. And then I'm going to go over to another legal YouTube creator who has talked about the details of what has happened and what this controversy is. Then we're going to go over to the Word of God, the Scriptures, and we're going to cover what the Scriptures has for us to say to us as parents, to say to us in purity, to say to us to try to hold people accountable and things like that. So just to frame our discussion, I'm going to jump over here to Ephesians chapter 5, verse 11. And we've talked about this at length on this channel. And this is the scripture that we should all live by, really, honestly. It says in 5, verse 11 and on, take no part in the unfruitful deeds or the fruitless deeds of darkness, but instead expose them. For it is shameful even to speak of the things that they do in secret. But when anything is exposed by the light, it becomes visible. For anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best or the most of the time, because the days are evil. Therefore do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So, first, we must expose the deeds of darkness. And I promise you, my son came to me and brought this to my attention. He was so upset, he could not even believe what Roblox was doing to hide the worthless and unfruitful deeds of darkness. So we as parents, I'm going to stick my neck out there and seek to expose, with the possibility that Roblox will also send me a cease and desist letter for exposing their darkness that happens on their platform. And then it's shameful to even speak of what they do in secret. So the things that are happening on Roblox in secret are shameful. And I'm not going to even be able to name the things because YouTube, first of all. Secondly, it is shameful to name them. But I'm going to expose them to the light because it says here, anything that becomes visible is light. Therefore, it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from the dead, and Christ will shine on you. The light of Christ can shine on people if we expose the deeds of darkness. If we expose them and bring the light of Christ to shine on them, then the gospel message can penetrate. And it says here, then it will, therefore it says, awake, O sleeper, and arise from dead, and Christ will shine on you. If we expose the deeds of darkness, then the light of the gospel of Jesus Christ can shine in that place. And the possibility for people to receive Christ is therefore allowed. And so if we do our part as Christians, as people who have the ability to shine the light of Christ, then the light of Christ and his gospel can shine in that situation. So I do this, first of all, for you as parents to be able to have the gospel be central in your family and in your life. And then secondly, for those who are in this evil darkness and are maybe and or have been preyed upon and grew in this environment on Roblox, that they might be able to receive the gospel of Jesus Christ and be freed from the darkness that they are sleeping in. It says, awake, O sleeper. They are sleeping and slumbering in darkness, and arise from the dead, and the light of Christ will shine on you. And then for us, it says gives more wisdom. Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise. Make the most of the use of your time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So we're going to do that. We're going to try and understand what the will of the Lord is by his word, and then looking at this situation with careful righteousness. Yeah. We want to walk in righteousness. And so we're going to carefully look at what is actually going on over there on this platform called Roblox. All right. So here we go. Roblox is not necessarily interesting for adults. I'm just going to say that. I have an account because I want to play with my son. I want to play games on there with my son. I haven't in a little while, and I need to be better at that and say, hey, what do you want to play? But it's where kids engage. And let's have a little look at a quick video that describes what this platform is. All right, here we go. This is what is Roblox and why do people play it? Just kind of an explanatory video of what it is so you can get a look and see. I don't know if you know Minecraft. Minecraft is also another online gaming platform. It's very similar in the sense of its play and what it looks like. All right, here we go. Here's this.
Welcome to I'm Your Target Demographic. Today we're covering the basics of something called Roblox. This is intended for people who don't know what this is. So if you play or you're a fan of Roblox, this might be a handy video to share with friends or family that could use some help understanding it. Imagine Roblox is a platform for many different types of games and experiences. If you were interested, you could actually create games in this platform for anyone to play. Most people might just be consumers as opposed to creators.
Actually, the platform, I mean, all the games, as I understand it, are created by individual creators, not by Roblox. Oh, I don't know. I have to not say that. I'm not sure, but many games, most are created by users. So it's a user-initiated platform, and you can make a load of money. If you are a developer, and my son and I just got into trying to figure out how to develop games, and we got into trying to see what the programming is. There's programming for it that helps you just develop it without having to write code or anything like that. So people can also do it in coding. They can write and code, but you can also develop on your own. So here we go. It's user interface developing games, and the developers of games are users. All right, so here we go.
Finding their favorite games to spend time with. There is a way to spend and earn real-life money here, so some games or items within games might cost money, paying those creators who made it. Roblox also puts a high emphasis on your avatar, the character that appears in the game world as you. You can earn items and customization, but you can also spend currency to buy them. The currency in this game is called Robux and is purchased from real-life money. If someone else is playing Roblox, but it's your account.
So my son, we try once in a while to get a Robux card where you can apply. You buy the cards at your own grocery store or whatever like that, and you can actually have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 Robux dollars. You'll spend money to get the card, and then you can put that in the game, apply it in the game, and then use those Robux to buy things for your avatar or buy things in-game playing. So
Account or your credit card attached, make sure you've looked into settings to make sure that they're not racking up charges buying the craziest of outfits. Now let's address the question, is Roblox for kids? That might be your first assumption, mostly due to the art style. But think of this more like Legos, something that even adults can have fun with, especially on the game creation side. Roblox has spent a lot of time evolving their security and privacy settings, so there are certain games off limits to anyone under 13, for example. There are also strict chat controls, so if you're a parent, you can control who.
Which is actually, we're going to show today that's not that way. The strictness, the moderation of Roblox is deeply broken. So this is not quite accurate.
Who can, or if anyone can, chat with your child. Let's look at some examples of what types of games people can play.
So I think he just said actually that you have to, prove your, and that's part of the question is that prove your age. You can just basically, I could have started a account right then and just said I'm 25 or I'm 15 or 13 or 12. And that's what actually Schlep is doing. The guy who is a YouTube creator, he's actually trying to catch and he'll actually create profiles where they're underage. But I'll let him say all that and describe what he's done. All right, here we go.
What we're seeing now is an example of a game called Jailbreak. There's a prisoner team and a police team. The prisoners are trying to evade the guards and escape the prison, while the police are trying to beat the prisoners to certain places and stop those criminals from getting out.
All right, I'm going to scoot ahead because I don't think we need to see all that's the actual how the game works, but you're seeing how the games go here. All right, so here I want to go to this.
To get these items. You also might not trade items that you paid for.
So in games, you can trade items, and this is him describing how you trade items.
Or with real life money. And there's a lot of ways that someone can trick you or take advantage of you to get these items.
So my son has also felt a little bit tricked on sometimes when people, he realizes it now though. He's mature enough, funny enough, as a young man. I don't remember being this mature, honestly, at his age. I was so, but he is very mature, and he realizes that someone's trying to, swindle him or trick him into giving them things for things that are, so you're trading, and so you're bartering and trading for things in this game, but people are scamming you out of things and, or, trying to trade for things that are not worth this and, or getting money from you. I mean, Robux is real money, so or real money stands behind it. So he's asking, why are we talking about it now? The game platform came out in 2006.
COVID-19 virus struck the world. Roblox became an incredible way for kids to interact and play with each other, so it saw a massive surge in users, with over 164 million monthly active users. In the United States, it's estimated that 3 out of 4 children between 9 and 12 are playing Roblox.
3 and 4 children in the United States between the ages of 9 and 12 are playing Roblox. And the other one out of 3 out of 4 know about it and maybe not on it. Their parents may not allow them to be on it, which is maybe smart. But so if your kids are between 9 and 12 and maybe even a little older too, my son's been playing it for years, that, they know about it. That one extra child who doesn't play Roblox or is not on knows about it. So let's go over here to Schlep. This is his video, and Roblox in the end. Let me just give a general idea of what's happened. Schlep is a YouTuber who started to YouTube his critique about Roblox, and particularly he was a user on Roblox who was going into Roblox and trying to catch predators. And he worked with law enforcement to get, I believe it was 6, and I think he'll say in this video, 6 predators prosecuted or arrested. I don't know if they've been convicted, but he was able to get 6 predators on the Roblox platform arrested. He describes here his history with Roblox, the current situation, issued a cease and desist letter for posting on YouTube about these issues. And so they have tried to silence him. Roblox themselves, the platform Roblox, the company, has tried to silence him and they're silencing him. They're legally threatening him to stop talking about Roblox on his YouTube. So this particular video was seen 8 million times. This was 3 weeks ago, and the hashtag FreeSchlep was trending and is still trending on Twitter. It was the number 3 trending for a long time. And so FreeSchlep is sort of this idea that Roblox is hamstringing Schlep, who is trying to catch on their platform, which they should be doing by themselves. And so let's just let Schlep go at it. Here's his video.
Roblox isn't a place where we filter all the text and the voice, where we monitor for critical harms, where there's no image sharing or any of the things that might happen from that.
I want to start off by saying that we all want to keep Roblox safe. We share this view, and we know that there's...
Today we celebrate the first glorious anniversary of the Information Purification Directives. We have created for the first time in all history a garden of pure ideology where each worker may bloom, secure from the pests of being contradictory thoughts. Our unification of thoughts is more powerful a weapon than any fleet or army on earth. We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
On January 22, 24th, Apple Computer will introduce Macintosh. And you'll see why 1984 won't be like 1984.
So these are Roblox executives. He's splicing in. So this is gameplay. These are game sort of characters and avatars and whatnot. And so it's game, Roblox imagery mixed in with his critique of the executives of Roblox. I don't know who everybody is. My son, first of all, my son brought this to my attention. He was like, Dad, you guys will not believe what's going on. They are trying to silence a guy, and he knows enough about my show and what I do to know that people are trying to silence me. People who I critique are trying to silence me. And so he has that sensitivity, that justice, that accountability sensitivity built in. And he couldn't believe it. He was so outraged that, first of all, he found out that there were on this platform. I mean, by his own initiative and all this stuff. This is all his own initiative. This is my son. I'm doing this show actually because of my son. And I just want to thank him. I thank him from the bottom of my heart that he cares about people. He cares about people who are being preyed upon. He cares about he cares about prayers. I'm just so proud. I'm really, really proud that my son has this sense of righteousness built into his heart. That is the grace of God, folks. That's not me doing that. That is God's grace building in to your child a sense of righteousness and holiness. And I mean, I don't know what else to say. I love my son. I just am so, so proud of him for bringing this to our attention. This is him. And this is his heart. I'm doing this because he's brought this to our attention. You're not gonna believe this, Dad. They're on Roblox. They're and they go after kids. And there's this one guy named Schlep, and Schlep tries to go into Roblox to catch these. Basically, he'll pretend to be a child or a minor, and as soon as he creates an account, he goes in and creates an account that shows he's a minor. And as soon as he does, he says that Schlep says that there's hundreds and hundreds of people who can obviously see are trying to make connection with him. It's amazing, folks. It's amazing. And so my son brought this up, and he just spelled out the details. He's coming in our room, and his little office where he gets to play is right next to our room. So that's another thing that's a safety feature that's built in. And so he comes in, and he's like, "You're not going to believe this." He's right there. He can talk with us. He can speak with us. And one thing as parents, folks, you'll have to have an open dialogue. You have to have an open forum. You have to be able to speak with your teenagers about this. It's very difficult, I know. But if you're not an open dialogue, if you don't ask them in a non-accusatory way. So what happens, I think, is, and just give you advice I'm just going to give advice in between. I'm just going to speak freely. If you don't have sort of an open dialogue format in your family in a non-accusatory way, then you're going to have a difficult time speaking about this. Don't accuse your children. And here, I'm going to go over here real quick. This reminds me of this passage of scripture I wanted to talk about today, Ephesians 6, verse 4. Now, fathers, this is specifically for you. I hope and pray a lot of men are watching this. Of course, you're working 9 to 5, so you might not have time to watch my hour-and-a-half show. But fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. So fathers, this is on you. You must talk with your children, your sons and your daughters about this, but don't provoke them to anger. And what you can do to not provoke them to anger or provoke in some way is to come at them with a non-accusatory tone. Hey, I've heard about this. Can you tell me about this? What's your opinion? If they play Roblox, I promise you they know about this Schlep thing. They know about it. I promise you. So if they do play Roblox, ask them about it. Just ask them to tell you what it's about. Hey, I found this video about Schlep the other day. Richard, a YouTuber, has done it, and he has children who play Roblox. Can we watch it together? What would you think about doing that? Would this help? Ask questions, ask probing questions that are non-accusatory and non-provocative, that don't provoke them to anger. Don't come at them and say, "Hey, you're not allowed to play Roblox anymore." That would be the worst catastrophe you could probably do. We have to work with this. So let's say TikTok or any of these other platforms online, they are terrible. The content on these things are awful. You can't ignore it, though. You cannot ignore it. There is terrible, terrible material on there and on Roblox, but we cannot ignore it anymore. If we just poke our head in the sand and just say, stop it, we can't just come in the room and pull the plug from the TV, for instance, or we can't just come in the room and say, hey, you have to delete Roblox. That's just not going to work anymore. That's not going to work anymore. We have to help our children navigate. And so this is a call to parents as well as to teenagers to work together to keep each other safe. There is lots of wonderful, fun things you can do on this platform, but there is lots of danger. So let's keep going here.
Members of our community who feel strongly about that too. And you know what? We welcome them as part of the dialogue about how to keep Roblox safer.
I want to highlight, we have always had safety as one of our top priorities.
So I think that's actually the CEO right there. And here's Schlep.
We've innovated with age estimation on our own because we want to keep people on our platform.
Smashing the window there.
This whole situation is kind of crazy.
Everybody go donate to this boy, Schlep.
This is probably the worst decision this company has ever made.
Hashtag FreeSchlep on God. Yeah, they actually need Schlep.
I'm wishing Schlep the best.
Roblox, you need to do something.
There's got to be something done. Nobody at Roblox.
So, I mean, guys, if you want to, by the way, if you want to start a YouTube channel and just do Roblox stuff or play on Roblox, like there is just a bajillion people doing this stuff.
I'm frustrated, man.
I'll give you for instance. My son wanted to watch a live stream, so I watched it with him. A live stream of a Roblox person, a creator actually, who created a game, and all that they did on they weren't there. There's no face on it. It's just the creator behind the scenes talking into a microphone and drawing her animation of what the actual game will be there. She's going to create new characters in the game. So we literally sat there, and she had her program on her computer, and watched her with 100,000 other people. I think that at the most in that live stream, there was 100,000 people watching at a time. 100,000 people were watching this creator of a game in Roblox do her art of incorporating new characters into the game that she had created. So I'm just telling you folks, and I actually, did some chat GPT to actually see if this person could absolutely make a living at this, a really decent living by YouTubing once in a while. I mean, the content creator and the creator of the game had created the game, and probably it was the most popular game on Roblox at that time, and millions and millions of users. And so, you can live off that. And this is a young person, a young girl. I don't know, maybe between 18 and 25, I guess. This is a guess from her voice. Didn't see anything. So these creators can make a living at this. And these content creators on YouTube, just by playing the games on Roblox and showing it on their screen, they actually get millions and millions. I mean, Schlep here has 2.07 million subscribers. So here we go.
A platform that is taking steps to prevent predators from getting caught.
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value following their response to their cease and desist letter against me. Just for context,
so there was let's just go back here real quick.
Market value following their response to their cease.
That's what sort of precipitated this whole thing. Schlep got a cease and desist letter to write on behalf of Roblox Corporation. This letter serves as a formal cease and desist notice regarding your unauthorized and harmful activities on the Roblox platform. Your actions are a violation of the Roblox policies. And what he was doing was just trying to catch, and he had actually caught 6 together that were arrested working with law enforcement to try to catch them. All right, he's engaging in simulated child endangerment conversations, but he was pretending to be the child. There's no child endangerment if he's pretending to be a child. Sharing and soliciting personally identifiable information, directing users to move conversations off platform. He was not directing anybody to move off platform. So what happens, just really quickly, for your kids, this is very, very important. If anybody, you need to tell your kids right now, and if you are listening as well, teenagers, young people, please, if anybody directs you or tries to ask you to move your conversation off platform, especially to WhatsApp, Discord, or Snapchat, things like platforms like that, especially Discord and Snapchat, I would very strongly encourage you as a parent not to let your child have a Discord or a Snapchat account at all. Reason? Lots of trash on Discord. Lots of people are pushing people, predators are pushing people to go speak on Discord, to go communicate on Discord. Snapchat, those Snapchats disappear after I don't exactly know, a few hours even. I don't even know, depending on your settings, not sure anymore. But Snapchat chats can disappear. You can send a picture that disappears after a certain amount of time. And those are just breeding grounds for predators. And so please, please, please do not let your child have a Discord or a Snapchat account. Do not allow it. And then secondly, if they're trying, if you tell your child, tell your teenager, please, 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 if someone asks you to communicate off of Roblox. So there's in-chat game, so you can chat during games. That's the idea. You're gaming, you're trying to do a goal of whatever the, I think the jailbreak was one this guy showed a minute ago. If you're trying to do a jailbreak together and you're trying to work as a team, then you communicate and you text and you can chat, right? But if a user in Roblox tries to move a chat off platform, that's sign number one. All right, so this is the legal cease and desist letter that Roblox sent to Schlepp. Instead of saying, hey, wow, we really appreciate you trying to make our platform safer and partnering with him because he had a huge following, they tried to cease and desist letter and take legal action against him. Instead of protecting him, they're protecting. That's what it looks like. So here we go.
Desist letter against me. Just for context, I'm someone who's gotten 6 within their community arrested in real life. That loss, though, isn't on me. It's a direct result of Roblox's own response to its child safety crisis. Instead of addressing the real issues, Roblox has doubled, tripled, even quadrupled down. They've put out statements after statements painting me and my team as reckless vigilantes while claiming that their platform is safe, when it absolutely is not. People are just seeing through this, and that's why a huge movement has started online called FreeSchlep. It's been trending everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called out the company's child abuse problem. And the
Representative Lori
everywhere. Multiple members of Congress have now called
Representative Lori Schlegel, while Roblox CEO gaslights us that safety has always been a top priority. Community notes reveal the truth. The platform has a history of refusing to take action against this kid's game even hosts S games, I guess. All right, so he'll describe some of the games.
Called out the company's child abuse problem, and the Attorney General of Louisiana has filed a giant lawsuit against the company for, and I quote, prioritizing user growth, revenue, and profits over child safety. The day after the Attorney General's lawsuit was filed, Roblox's market value dropped by $12 billion. In response, the company scrambled to roll out new policies targeting the very not safe for work games featured in the lawsuit and my videos, like for instance bathroom simulators. Mind you, the community has been calling out these games for years now, but still, even after—
So bathroom simulator is like the game should not exist. The way, I'm not even going to describe the details because it's shameful to describe what people are doing in secret. So the game is, I think, a plus 18 game, an over 18 game. But even then, you can just basically lie about your age. You don't have to present any identification that proves you're above 18. Anyways, the game should not exist. If you want to go and, it's basically a peeping Tom game or a voyeuristic game. It's voyeurism. And you can actually have it's amazing, man. So I don't want to talk about it. My son says the game is bad. It should just not exist on the platform. They should just, they control the platform. They control the platform. If it's voyeurism, sorry, now I'm going to go off. If it's voyeurism for children, then it should just be deleted. It should just not exist. Who cares if the developer developed it? Let them go find another platform to develop their game. If you care about children and their safety from SA, then you will delete this. And look, they're going to send me a cease and desist. I don't even care. You have better stop this game. Delete that game off your platform.
After everything, instead of removing these blatantly inappropriate experiences, Roblox simply slapped a 17+ label on them. They also launched a ban wave against some of the worst games they've knowingly hosted for years.
Dollhouse roleplay.
Games that have led thousands of children to getting extorted, and worse. Roblox is
extortion, etc.
The actions are nothing more than damage control for the problems they've allowed to fester, when the entire community was screaming at them to fix these problems. And the community saw that killing the messenger was an act of war. Shortly after these changes, Roblox released a video so bad that it was community noted on Twitter twice. David Baszucki, the CEO of Roblox, Matt Kaufman, the Chief Safety Officer of Roblox, and Eliza Jacobs, the Senior Director of Product Policy, did a 45-minute tech talk. Most of this is just corporate jumbo, but they go ahead and respond directly to their vigilante policy.
All right, so I think for the sake of time, I'm going to skip through this. I've got another video that I want to show. And of course, the Schlepp video is worth your time. You need to watch this. This is getting into the details now, and I think I'll skip ahead here.
Started off in a really good place.
This is the executive describing that they are actually about safety and all that stuff. I think I can skip through, to Chris Hansen. So Schlepp tried to partner with Chris Hansen. I would really recommend this video, the whole video, for your viewing. So I think I'm going to go over to where he talks with Chris Hansen on this video. And he does a quick interview, but I'm going to jump to this section over here. Chris Hansen was the guy who, To Catch a Predator, he had that show on, I believe it was NBC, for a long time. And he has actually created now a documentary with Chris Hansen to try to describe in more detail the issues and what's going on. And so be looking for that. We'll maybe even highlight that when it comes out. Chris Hansen did a documentary with Schlepp. And so Schlepp is a young man who apparently, according to his own testimony, was also some way. He did not describe the details on the Roblox platform. So he himself, some way, I don't know that it's of sexual nature, but unfortunately, we don't have the details on that, and I'm really sorry for that. Really sorry for that young man, and we just thank you for stepping up and doing something to try to hold these powers, these huge mega corporations to accounts. So thank you for that. And here, I think this is the section I want to show.
Report this stuff to your local law enforcement agency. You got to report it to the service provider. You got to report it to the platform. Hopefully, between those three things, you get some.
So that's Schlepp in the bottom corner, and I'll show you another video that where he's interviewed as well.
I think 15, 20 years ago, law enforcement would be a little overwhelmed by this and say, if you're in a small town, you go to the police department, say this happened, they say, okay, well, I'm not sure how to investigate it. Well, today, every department has the ability to investigate this stuff, and they are very willing to take these cases on.
It's an absolute honor to have Chris Hansen featured on this channel. Chris Hansen is flying me out soon to actually feature in his Roblox documentary about exploitation. With everything that we've learned so far, one question persists. Why did I get this cease and desist? I'll let this alleged former Roblox employee answer this question for you.
You have to make a decision, right? You keep your players safe, but then it would be less of them on the platform. Or you just let them do what they want to do, and then all the numbers look good, and investors will be happy.
Whoa.
You might just be thinking this is one alleged Roblox employee. Well, Bloomberg is claiming that 8 Roblox employees told a very similar story to this in 2024. Roblox actively forces victims of the platform into arbitration, a tactic so unethical that platforms like Uber and Lyft actually have policies against doing this. The reason they're doing it is even more outrageous. Because this person received so many benefits from using the platform, he cannot now complain that Roblox is trying to prevent him from seeking justice in court for the life-altering harm he suffered. Here's why I personally care so much about this problem.
Who's been offered free Robux to do something that was inappropriate in the game? Or someone...
So, just real quick, this is a grade school, I believe. Don't know where, but that's what happens. People are offered free Robux for doing something inappropriate in gameplay. And so if you need to talk with your children about this. If you have a child playing, do not let them receive. I would just say you cannot receive Robux from anybody. Just say no all the time. If someone wants to give you Robux, they're that's what they're doing. They're people to do something they would not otherwise do, and they use that as a bait, as lure, as a tactic, as well as talking them into just maybe offering. They offer Robux. They're not going to ask them to do something inappropriate right away, but they'll offer Robux, and they know that that person, that child, that underage person they're playing with on Roblox is more susceptible to do something later for them, to reciprocate, to give back, to it's just human nature. So you get something for free, or you get something continually, and the person's very kind and showing lots of gift-giving tendencies, and then the child is to do something they would not otherwise do. So this is
Someone
really...
has said, I'll give you some free Robux if you come and follow me on Snapchat or TikTok or something like that. Who's had that happen? Okay, loads of you.
I've seen a lot of corruption.
All right, so that's as easy as it goes. So he shows these little clips to show how easy it is to children, or it's not easy, but it is being done, and that's the tactics they're using. Free Robux, giving out freebies, swapping, even trade in that trading game. So that's the mode. That's how they're doing it, and that's Schlepp over here. Now I want to show this this video, Law by Mike. Came across this morning. I was looking for something that helped us really understand the thing. Schlepp is a young man doing his best to articulate the thing and the problem. Again, go look at that whole video. He gives pretty good evidence. And then this is a lawyer doing the same thing with legal language. This lawyer helps us understand it a little more detail, a little better, the entire picture. And it's really quite short. So I think I'm going to listen to the entire thing. I know this could be a little bit longer of a video, but people, this is really worth it. If you have a child playing these games, you really need to pay attention and listen to this. Here we go.
Roblox is one of the most popular gaming platforms in the world.
The developers of that game are now facing mounting criticism over child safety concerns.
Games like this are not helping.
The Roblox Corporation has sent a cease and desist letter to me.
Instead of stopping the predators, Roblox stops the people stopping the predators.
They are the problem.
People everywhere are furious with Roblox, and now they're getting sued. The platform promised to be safe, but the reality is very different. So today, I'm breaking down the entire case, even meeting with some of the biggest YouTubers. And then, on behalf of everyone, I'm helping to sue Roblox. This summer, Roblox was hit with a massive lawsuit centered on a young player known as DH. The lawsuit claims she joined the platform after believing the company's promise that it was safe and educational. While using Roblox, she was allegedly approached by an adult, misrepresenting who they were, and the platform's moderation systems didn't catch it. She was later taken from her home and abused by the same individual. And she's not alone. Since 2018, police have arrested at least 24 people accused of misusing Roblox to contact young users and move chats off platform. Some had prior records, others...
So that's the key. If people are trying to move chats off platform, because they're, Roblox does have a moderation system. It's not great, and it should be better, and it should be way more robust. Way more robust. And so people who are and trying to move people away from the platform to discuss things off platform, then they're able to escape the moderation and the moderation of Roblox. There is moderation. It's really, really inadequate. So here we go.
Were people in trusted roles like teachers, nurses, even a cop. Even Roblox has reported over 13,000 flagged incidents on its platform, a huge jump from roughly 3,000 the year before. Roblox says that's just a small fraction compared to all US reports. But for parents, the numbers feel staggering. And here's the core claim. The lawsuit argues Roblox allegedly knew these risks, but kept selling parents on the idea of a safe digital playground. Even some of Roblox's biggest creators are speaking out. Take Schlepp, a YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers. When he was younger, he says he had a troubling experience involving a Roblox developer.
All that happened to me, it totally messed me up mentally. It made me have to go into therapy and psychologically messed with, relationships that I had, even till this day. I mean, it's something that, it was messed up.
That experience pushed him to act. As an adult, he began working with police by conducting investigations on Roblox. His efforts have led to the arrest of 6 people. So Schlepp, what was the goal when you started making videos about safety issues on Roblox?
It really all started back to my own personal experiences related to it. I had some very negative experiences as a kid, and I was affected by a very popular developer. So I saw these issues firsthand, like I experienced them.
But instead of celebrating him, Roblox banned his accounts and sent a cease and desist letter, accusing him of...
So again, just real quick, they banned him on the Roblox platform, and because he was trying to pose as a young person, underage person, to try to catch predators. Just sort of like what Chris Hansen did on To Catch a Predator. He would, create an account on certain, platforms, and the person, the predator would reach out immediately. I mean, there's things like, I know there's other predator type things out there now, and they're trying to catch people. They open up an account of an underage person on some, whatever, this, that, or the other platform, and immediately they get predators reaching out to them. And so they'll try to set up a meet or whatever, and then the police law enforcement are engaged to, as soon as they walk in the door, to meet with the person, to catch them, to arrest them, and stuff like that. Here we go.
Violating the rules against vigilante groups.
They're trying to silence the whistleblowers. They're spending more...
This is Schlepp's lawyer, Martin Gold.
More energy going after people like Schlepp. But what they're doing, they're trying to put a muzzle on this whole thing. They're also trying to silence all the victims. And this is important, Mike.
That same day, Schlepp dropped an 8-minute video where he described his ban, as well as his troubling experience with the Roblox developer. Schlepp slammed Roblox for failing to take action against the developer for years. He claims during that time, Roblox even continued to pay and promote the developer. Afterwards, the backlash exploded. Roblox developers changed game thumbnails to say FreeSchlep. Thousands of players staged in-game protests. Even major creators like Moist Critical, Gideon, and Creekcraft piled on, calling Roblox backwards and hypocritical. #FreeSchlep trended worldwide.
I was blown away with all the support, and it's been absolutely amazing reading all the messages. It was trending on Twitter for 3 days straight when the news first broke of it. And I mean, people were just outraged. They saw it for what it was. They were silencing someone trying to blow the whistle.
I think that's a really, really powerful thing. He was a 22-year-old kid. He was just a gamer. And I think he really stepped up to the plate to stand up to this Goliath.
Then it went mainstream. Congressman Ro Khanna publicly backed Schlepp, sharing a petition demanding Roblox improve its safety. That petition hit 100,000 signatures in less than a week, and Roblox's stock price dropped by $12 billion. Now, Schlepp, did you expect your videos to get as much attention as they did?
Honestly, no. My whole goal with these videos was actually just to bring this to the attention of Roblox. Like, I wanted Roblox to see...
All he wanted them to do is Roblox is to react and act and take stronger, more robust moderation, hire more moderators. And you saw it, that basically they don't want to eliminate users. They just don't want to eliminate users. But you have to, if you're going to weed out,
what was going on, because I was reporting these communities to Roblox. I was making reports on a lot of these people. Nothing was happening. And the only other thing you can do is go public with it. So that's what I did.
But the story doesn't end there. Schlepp just announced he's suing Roblox, not over the ban, but over the damage he says he suffered years ago from a developer on the platform. His lawyer confirmed he's also representing many others with similar stories.
We have over 800 cases involving sex abuse. These are personal injury claims. So survivors are coming forward because of the personal injuries and the trauma they experienced.
Yeah, Schlepp's lawyer's over here. He looks legit. This guy, I can't make a judgment except first impression is a little bit ambulance chaser-ish. This guy has, 15 million subs. So I don't know. Actually, oh my goodness. I'm zooming in. Better call Mike. Oh my goodness. I mean, all right. Now it's getting kind of unserious, sadly. I would not recommend this guy. The video seemed like really good information, but mid-shoot, he's got a cup that says better call Mike, like better call Saul, the lawyer who's a slime ball in the show Breaking Bad. I did not see that until now. I mean, that's really what's like literally on his desk. Wow. Okay. So this guy's unserious, but at the same time, he's presenting the information as it is. I've verified it. The state of Louisiana is suing Roblox. So, I mean, these things are happening. And this lawyer over here has 800 clients. This guy's an ambulance chaser. I mean, go over to here to IThinkIHaveACase.com. It seems like he's trying to ride the wave, get some clients and everything like that. And he has a better call Mike on his. It's like, wow. Maybe, I don't know. If people can see through the Roblox fiasco, then they probably could see through this guy's. Oh man, I don't know what I need to do now. All right, we're going to continue to watch this video because it has interesting information in it. And then we're going to jump to the Word of God for help and for assistance. Better call Mike, better call Saul. That's the implication of this mug on his desk. I mean, it's right there. Better call Mike. The show Better Call Saul. The guy Saul was a slimeball lawyer who was the lawyer for drug dealers in a show called Breaking Bad.
Hi, I'm Saul Goodman. Did you know that you have rights? The Constitution says you do, and so do I. I believe that until proven guilty, every man, woman, and child in this country is innocent. And that's why I fight for you, Albuquerque.
Better call Saul.
So, the information seems to be legitimate in this video. Let's keep going.
If someone is scared about something they experienced on Roblox, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to call a lawyer, find out about their legal options, and let them know that they will be believed. There's strength in numbers. Terrible things happen on Roblox. Hundreds and hundreds of people have come forward. We're here for you.
Definitely reach out to us. We are here to help.
Now he's fighting back in court because if Roblox won't be held accountable in their own platform, we'll make sure that they're held accountable in the courtroom.
Now let's investigate how Roblox is designed, because the lawsuits claim there are at least 3 serious flaws. First, until 2021, anyone could make an account by entering just a username, password, and birth date.
All right, so this has changed, but this was the original thing. I mean, basically, you could lie about how old you were, and that's perfect fodder for who want to pretend that they're young as well and just talk with kids on this platform and pretend that they're young. Now that's changed, I guess, but he talks about it in detail. Seems like these details of this video are really good. I'm not going to recommend this guy as a lawyer. Please don't go to him as a lawyer. He's Better Call Saul. He's an ambulance chaser. So anyways, this is good information though.
Users could misstate their age and unlock unrestricted chat, which the lawsuits claim made it very common to find lower levels talking with adults. YouTubers like Gideon and Rob the Master, who have become well known for exposing bad actors, have said just how easy it is.
When we went on Roblox, it did not take long for our account to get attention from child. It was almost instantaneous.
Roblox says it's taking...
So these guys went online to, just see age-wise, and immediately their account got attention from child.
Stronger steps to protect its younger players. The company has rolled out ID verification, asking players over 13 to scan a government-issued ID and selfie to gain access to certain features. It's also testing age estimation, where machine learning guesses a user's age from a short video. And new features like trusted connections are meant to limit deeper chat and voice features to people you actually know in real life.
You know, we weren't just finding 1 or 2 pedos on there. We've caught 6 off of the game itself. But not only that, we've had dozens of these guys just contacting and grouping our decoy that we sadly weren't able to catch. And the real sad thing out here is that Roblox is going around telling parents that they're one of the safest apps for children, when from my own experience, that's not the case.
Even with ID checks and trusted connections, the scale of the platform makes full protection something that has to be taken even more seriously.
Unless you wanted to play the 17+ mic up games and stuff like that. Anybody can pretty much sign up for Roblox.
Next, the game uses in-game currency called Robux. Players use Robux to buy rare accessories and customize their avatars, and many lower levels are obsessed with it. The lawsuits point out these players even say they do anything for Robux. So bad actors can take advantage of that by dangling Robux to gain control. And third is the lack of moderation. In 2017, the company claimed it had thousands of moderators working 24/7, plus advanced filters blocking unsafe content. The reality looks very different. For starters, Roblox has hosted many games with questionable themes, including Run from Diddy Simulator, Shower Simulator, and Bloody Battles. The fact that these games even existed under—
Yeah, these games, they should just immediately turn these games off. Delete them from their game library. They should not be on this platform. Call Roblox, call all gaming. All these games should be deleted immediately. The bathroom thing, all voyeurism. Diddy, go back and see what the title is of that.
Roblox has hosted many games with questionable themes, including Run from Diddy Simulator,
Run from Diddy,
Shower Simulator, and
Bloody
Battles.
And Bloody Battles. None of those games should exist on this platform. It doesn't matter. Just turn them off. Roblox, turn them off. After you send me a cease and desist letter, then turn them off. Whatever you're going to do. I don't even care.
The fact that these games even existed undercuts Roblox's claim of being a safe, moderated place. But it's not just the games that are concerning. Roblox is now the go-to social platform for younger audiences. 78 million users log in every day. The platform processes more than 50,000 chat messages every second. Roblox claims its AI and human reviewers scan all of it, text, audio, and images. But here's the problem. The company allegedly employs only about 3,000 moderators. Compare that to TikTok, roughly 3 times Roblox's daily users, but over 13 times the number of moderators on staff. The reason for the lack of moderators is allegedly due to Roblox's focus on growth over safety. In fact, 8 current and former trust and safety staff describe ignored requests for more resources, backlogs of incident reports, and even a manager quitting after promised hires never showed up. Some say protective features they suggested, like pop-up warnings, were rejected, and safety settings, like blocking strangers in chat, were switched off by default. Once again, Roblox points to AI moderation as the solution, but employees admit the tech still misses the subtle signs of unsafe behavior, and the gaps aren't small. The filters block words like Snapchat or Discord, but people get around them by using emojis or by tweaking the spelling a little. Even phone numbers are apparently blocked if you type the digits, but not if you just spell them out. The lawsuits argue that these kinds of loopholes prove Roblox knows the risks of off-platform communication, yet it still leaves these obvious workarounds wide open. In court, the usual defense might not save Roblox. Most platforms lean on a law called Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act, and that law protects websites and apps from being sued over what their users post. That's why Instagram or YouTube don't get dragged into court every time someone uploads something harmful. But the lawsuits against Roblox aren't just about what users post. They're about the company itself. Lawyers argue Roblox designed the platform in risky ways, marketed it as safe, and then ignored clear warning signs. And at least one court has already said Section 230 doesn't cover misrepresentation. So if Roblox tells parents this is safe and it's not, that responsibility falls on Roblox, not the users. That's why these lawsuits matter to me. They represent more than just a few individual complaints. They're part of a broader movement pushing tech companies to take accountability, especially when their platforms are hurting younger players. Now, multiple cases are moving forward, and a jury will have to decide if Roblox should be held responsible. And if the plaintiffs win, the fallout could be huge, because it would set precedents that might force Roblox and other platforms like it to overhaul how they verify users and protect younger audiences. And I don't know how this video will perform or how many people will reach, because YouTube flags and restricts videos on this topic. It's kind of scary because people are afraid to put out information on this, but we feel like it's our duty to make sure that everyone knows.
You know, thanks for doing this video, but guy, like, don't put the Better Call Mike mug on your desk while you're doing it. You know, that's basically saying, I am a lawyer for drug dealers. Look at that. Okay, so moving on. Here we go. Roblox responds to Louisiana AG lawsuit. These are just PR. They're damage control things. And then Louisiana Attorney General sues Roblox, calling platform the perfect place for pedophiles. And then here we go. Here is the lawsuit. I'm not going to go through the details of it, the nature of the action. I'll read a few sections here just to give the idea. This is an action brought by the state of Louisiana through its attorney general to hold defendant Roblox Corporation accountable for facilitation and distribution of child material, for the distribution of child SA material, CSAM, to hold defendant Roblox Corporation accountable for the facilitation and distribution of CSAM. I'm going to let y'all read that because I will get flagged by YouTube. And for exploitation of Louisiana's minor children through defendants' interaction online gaming service Roblox. Roblox is one of the most popular interactive online gaming platforms, specifically among children. Defendant markets Roblox as the #1 gaming site for kids and teens. So they market their platform for kids and teens, for that it's safe, as well as an educational experience for children. Defendant repeatedly assures parents, children, and the public at large that Roblox is safe for children. However, contrary to its assurances, defendant fails to implement basic safety controls to protect children, users, and fails to provide notice of the dangers of Roblox. All right, so then they go on to just describe it, parties, what are the actions, and so forth. I will put all this into the link in the description. Just for time's sake, I don't want to read the whole thing, but you can read it and look at the action for the state of Louisiana again. And other states should chime in and also take action against Roblox so that they will act. The only thing that they will react to is money. And they've lost, wow, man. What is it? Let me go back here to Schlepp and his video. They lost in their initial, when Schlepp initially came out with this, they lost how much in revenue? Let me just go back and see if I can find it.
Roblox has just lost $12 billion in market value.
$12 billion in market value after the Louisiana AG filed suit against them. And Schlep also posted his cease and desist letter. So other states need to take action. I'm going to call other states and other organizations, and you yourself, don't connect with this lawyer that just did the thing. I would really recommend not to. He seems like a grifter who's actually trying to ambulance chase and get on the bandwagon. But please reach out to a lawyer and maybe find Schlepp's lawyer. And he seems like but if you have a case, if you have been abused on this line or abused on Roblox, please reach out. And parents, speak to your children. So this is me trying to get parents to speak to their children. Here we go. We're going to jump over here to scripture now, and I want to help give some insights as to what we ought to do. All right. So as parents, our job is to defend our children. We should care what our children are doing online, and we are to defend the vulnerable. They are vulnerable. As young people, they are vulnerable. And here's what Psalm 82 verse 3 says: give justice to the weak and the fatherless, maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute, rescue the weak and the needy, deliver them from the hand of the wicked. So we know that there are predators and people who would do our children harm if they could on this platform, we must defend them. We must rescue them. We must defend the rights of our children on this platform. Defend the vulnerable. Another parental responsibility is over here, found in Ephesians 6. I read this earlier. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. This is a very difficult challenge for fathers. Fathers, let me speak to you. I sure hope and pray that fathers are looking at this. Wives, if you've come across this video and you need your husbands to watch this, please, I'm going to encourage your fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. This is the most difficult thing. You hear your child doing something stupid, something silly. You hear them trying to engage with adults on Roblox and you just lash out. Don't do that, fathers. Please, please, please do not do that. Do not provoke your children to anger. Speak to them in a non-confrontational way. Ask them questions. Get in dialogue with them. You are to rear and instruct your children. Here it says, bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. So if you discipline your children, you must do it in a non-provoking way. This is the challenge. This is the challenge here, because when I heard stuff like this, I'm immediately have this righteous indignation for the people on Roblox who are trying to do this thing. And then I lash out and don't have care and compassion for my son who is innocent in the thing. Does that make sense? I hope this is making sense, guys. Don't provoke your children. Gentlemen, you have to be compassionate and caring, and you have to be involved. There is research upon research. I'm going to pull that up right now. It's going to be a labor of love trying to edit this thing. All right. So I wrote an article called Youth Subcultures as Missiological Context, Ethnographic Insights Advancing Culturally Fluent Youth Ministry. So I wrote this for a youth ministry journal and submitted it. Hopefully it will be approved in the middle of this process. But I found some research that I'd like to share for fathers. Fathers, you play an integral and key role in the upbringing of your children. So let me read this section that really shows the importance of fathers, caring and loving fathers in your children's lives. So here we go. It says, there is much research that shows that fathers play a significant role in the positive cognitive developments of children. Likewise, more and more research is appearing that displays children's and teenagers' emotional, psychological, and spiritual development depends deeply on supportive, loving, and present fathers. Positive fathering leads to healthy, fully developed children, but requires fathers who are sensitive, warm, close, friendly, supportive, affectionate, nurturing, encouraging, comforting, and accepting. So we need all these things. Here we go. These are the studies that show these things. All right. So I cited these studies that are showing that a father involvement in cognitive development in early and middle childhood. This is in Frontiers in Psychology. Jung, Putting Fathers Back in the Picture, Marriage and Family Review. These are all academic journals. Institute for Research on Poverty. Involved fathers play an important role in children's lives. The University of Wisconsin and Madison did these studies. All these studies show this right here, 13, that sensitive, warm, close, friendly, supportive, affectionate, nurturing, encouraging, and comforting fathers play a huge role in the development of your child into a healthy and fully developed adult. So I say all that to say that over here, you must not provoke your children to anger, but do it in a nurturing, caring, affectionate way, which is very difficult for us men. It's just admitting it. It's very difficult to be nurturing, compassionate, caring. It's very difficult to put your arm around your son, hug him, love him, embrace him, and be close. Maybe a little easier for your for fathers to do it for daughters, but I'm really working on it. I'm working hard on being affectionate to my own son. So bringing them up in the discipline of the Lord. All right. So parental responsibility. We have responsibility to speak about this in a very open and caring. Ask them questions. Hey, do you know about this Schlepp thing? Do you know about this Roblox controversy? Tell me about it. What's happening? How do you feel about it? What do you think about it? And then talk about protections that you can put in place. Slowly bring these things to the fore so that y'all can do this together, decide together. Don't just hand down a edict or a judgment on your children. Talk it through. And that's part of why hopefully this show can be a help to you. Please watch this together. All right, wisdom and discernment, Proverbs. Let's jump over here to Proverbs 22, verse 6. Sorry, this is another parental responsibility. Train your child up in the way that they should go, and even when they are old, they will not depart from it. So we are responsible as parents in the lives of our children for their sanctification. We must help train a child up in the way they should go. We are responsible for rearing our children in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. We are responsible. And parents, I hope and pray this is a great help for you and a great encouragement for you to train your children in godly principles, in godliness, so that they will be able to, as an older person, as an adult, not depart from that way. All right, so that's that. So Proverbs 2, looking at my notes here, Proverbs 2, 1 through 11. Now, I'll just give this to you for your encouragement. Read this whole section. My son, if you receive my words and treasure up my commands with you, making your ear attentive to wisdom and inclining your heart to understanding. Yes, if you call out for insight and raise your voice for understanding, if you seek it like silver and search for it as for hidden treasures, then you will understand the fear of the Lord and find the knowledge of him. So seek it out. Turn your ear to understanding, and you will find wisdom and knowledge from the Lord. So that's 1 through 11 is very good. So you can look at that as well. I've got over here Matthew chapter 5. What is this? Let's see. Matthew chapter 5, verses 27 through 29. Here we go. You have heard, this is Christ's words, you have heard that it was said, you shall not commit adultery. But I say to you that everyone who looks at a woman with lustful intent has already committed adultery with her in his heart. If your right eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. For it is better that you lose one of your members than your whole body be thrown into hell. So we can help our children in helping them understand that lust and all these other things, if we have these things in our heart, we have committed adultery already. Not just a guy looking at a woman, but a woman as well looking at a guy. And that's on the rise as well. Women and young people looking at lustfully toward men. So we have to help our children understand this and build in really practical steps in their lives, practical disciplines in their lives that will help them in the future. You know, we as adults, we maybe hopefully have more discipline in what we look at, and especially particularly what we look at on social media and shows and videos and whatever we're looking at, to not set any wicked thing before our eyes. Now, hopefully you have some discipline built in. As a child, you need help. We need to help our children build in disciplines, right? And so if we set boundaries for them, then that will help in their being able to do that and make wise decisions themselves. We are to try to help our children build and make wise decisions so that they can eventually, as adults, be able to guard their hearts. All right, so let's move on to accountability and openness. Ephesians 5:11, take no part in the unfruitful deeds of darkness, but rather expose them. All right, so let's move on to, these are all scriptures that we should all take. You have a responsibility, parent. So let me just give a few practical steps for you as parents in this whole thing. So first of all, I would encourage to know the platform. I've asked my son, actually, there's this, boycott, people are boycotting, trying to, call people to boycott the platform. And I asked him, would you boycott? And he was on the verge. He's ready. He's really thinking about it. We're talking about what is going on. And so know the platform. I would encourage you to play with your children. And I just want to get in there and play with him. I don't want to play with anybody else. I don't have any desire to do anything else except just spend some time with him. And I actually sit in the same room. I get my laptop, he gets his computer, and we just play together. I haven't done it in a while, and I need to do that. But that's really fun, actually, really fun. There's some real things that you can do together that'll be really fun. But do it with your child. Know the platform. All right, then set boundaries. If we help our children set boundaries, then we will help them in life to know actually what they can put their eyes to and what they should not put their eyes to, and help them to make good decisions and look at things that are beneficial and helping build them up as people. All right, I would absolutely use parental controls. Use timers on your phone. Look into the parental controls. Ask AI to help you set parental controls on Roblox. Then teach awareness. Your children should be aware of what's going on. That's why I've made this video. Hopefully you can watch this together with your child. All right, then open communication. Folks, you have to be openly communicating with your child. And I think, I'm glad, I think because we have open communication in our family and everything, he was able to come to us with something that was really, for him, it was so deeply disturbing. He was completely disturbed by it. And where does he go when he's disturbed by something? I think and I pray and I hope he comes to us very first, because that, even when the very first night that he found out about this, he just was so disturbed that they would, when he realized what it was, that the Roblox platform was punitively punishing a user who was trying to catch and make Roblox safer. And he was just disturbed by that. He could not believe it. There were, first of all, that there were on that platform who were trying to essay and reach out to children to essay them and for their own essay. It really disturbed him, and he could not believe it. And he came right away to us. And so if you have open communication and follow up, then, right? Don't let things lie. If there's things that you're trying to set up and you're working on setting up, maybe parental controls, you take steps with your child to make them safer, to open dialogue, then follow up on things. How's that going? What do you think about Schlep now? What's the newest thing with Schlep? What's going on there? Do you know what's happening lately? And then talk about it, right? Get involved with your child. Occasionally play alongside them. Please observe their games. Sit with them. If you can ask them if they'll let you be the uncool in the room for a minute and sit with them and play with them, or just sit next and watch. Ask them about it. Can I sit and watch you play and you show me some of the cool stuff you're doing in a game? Or, for instance, get involved. Sit there. If you can be the uncool in the room for just a few moments, watch for 5 minutes. Take some time out of your day. Spend time with them. We just got a blender in our house and we're doing smoothies all the time. So I would just make a smoothie together and sit down and drink the smoothie and watch your son or daughter play and be involved. I would leverage community too. If you have at church, youth groups, other things. If your child, hopefully your child is involved in a youth group. If your child's involved in a youth group, speak to your youth pastor about this. Open this up. Use this resource. Please use this resource with your youth pastor to describe things. Maybe you can sit together in other type of community, a parents group, parents small group, bring it up and talk about it. Then if you know that your child has maybe been harmed in some way on that platform, please seek help. Please reach out. If in doubt, reach out. Let's wrap this thing up then, folks. God has not left us alone without wisdom. He's given us wisdom. James 1 verse 5 says, if anybody lacks wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously. So you're not powerless, parents. Please, all research is still showing that parents are the main influence on their children's lives, and children are actually saying this and agreeing that, and teenagers even are agreeing that parents are the number one influence on their children. You are not powerless. You have the power, and not only power, but you have the ability to help your children, to grow them in the nurture and the admonition of the Lord. You are responsible. If anything you get from this video is you're responsible in this, and you are responsible to grow your children, to encourage them in the Lord, to build them up in the faith, and to raise them in that nurture and that care and the admonition of the Lord. It's your responsibility. All right. And then I'd encourage you to pray with your kids about their life, about their online life, about the issues of life. And just as much as you pray about school and friends and school work and your friends who are struggling, all these other things, family members, pray with them about their online life and what they do online, that God would give them wisdom as well. Put the responsibility a little bit in their hands, that they can pray for what they're doing online, that they would be safe, and that God would use them online as well to be maybe a testimony for him, a witness for him. And folks, I want to end with this. We cannot trust Roblox to keep our kids safe. They have shown that they are not willing to set boundaries in place to keep your child safe. They have decided that money and growth of the company is more important to them. Users are more important to them than the safety of your child. And so they have prioritized the numbers, the growth of the platform, the financial gain of the platform over and against the safety of your child. That's pretty clear. So we can't trust them. And even they would, funny enough, they would lose $12 billion in capital and market gains for not doing this. It just doesn't even make any financial sense anymore. But we can know that they are not to be trusted with the safety of your child. You are responsible. With God's wisdom and with scriptural guidance and your active involvement, we can guard the hearts of our children and protect them from these digital spaces. All right, so folks, I think we've come to the end there, and I just wanted to do this. Honestly, it was the outrage of my own son. He came in my room and he said, "Dad, you have to do something about this." And so here we are. We're doing something about this. Me and my family together are standing with you to help you keep your children safe, not only keep your children safe, but grow them in the Lord. And I'm just so blessed and glad that my own son had outrage at this unrighteousness that was happening, this injustice that was happening on the Roblox platform. And I hope and pray that you will also be outraged. Do something about it. Hopefully these tools that I've given you today will give you the tools as a Christian to do something about this, to help your children be safe and to be cared for and to grow in the nurture and the care of the Lord. Fathers, get involved, please. Please get involved. Take care of your children. Do not provoke them to anger. One more time, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger, but bring them up in the discipline and the instruction of the Lord. If you do it with compassion, if you do it with kindness, again, I'll repeat, the statistics show that a sensitive, warm, close, friendly, supportive, affectionate, nurturing, encouraging, comforting father will help lead to healthy, fully developed children. And your input, that input is extremely, extremely important. And so the scriptures are correct. Funny enough, the scriptures, when it says don't provoke your children to anger, but do it in a kind and compassionate and disciplining and instructive way that is loving and affectionate and caring, which is very, very difficult for us as men. But if we do that, we will help raise healthy children who do love the Lord and want to serve him. So I hope and pray that's been really helpful to you. If you wives have watched this and want to pass this on to your husbands, please do that. Hope you can watch this together. I know that some of the themes were very challenging, and I'll have to bleep some of these things out so that YouTube doesn't nick me. But please watch this together, and hopefully you can bring up these sensitive topics in your family, and it helps. Please, I just wanted to bring this up so that you can be safe and you can be cared for and you can disciple your children well. So that'll do it for this episode of Firm Foundation. If you want to know more about my ministry, you're welcome to check out richardpmoore.net. I also blog at richardpmoore.blogspot.com. You're welcome to follow me on X, formerly Twitter. My handle is @richardm23. Please feel free to reach out and email us at firmfoundationshow@gmail.com. firmfoundationshow@gmail.com. That's firmfoundationshow@gmail.com. You're also welcome to support this show, specifically this show, on patreon.com/Firm Foundation Show. If you're interested in supporting our ministry in Germany, our missionary work in Germany, check out the links in the description, and you can support us financially in that way as well. God bless you in every way. Thank you so much for your support of this show and this channel. God bless you. Until next time, take care.
Jesus has leaned for repose. I will not desert to its foes. That's all the world should endeavor to show.